Next, I'd like to hear from Mike Thomas.
I gripped the lectern tightly with both hands to try and prevent myself from breaking down with emotion. It was nearly a year ago. That lectern was at the front of St. Mark's Church in Purley, and I was starting to speak at the memorial service for my best friend. In front of me were hundreds of faces, young and old alike, people whom I'd known for years and people whom I'd never met before. But they were all there for the same reason. They were there to celebrate and remember an ultimately short but extremely well-lived life, the life of Chloe Drury. I wish I could begin to describe how truly amazing Chloe was, share memories and anecdotes, and let you gather an understanding of the impact she's had in all of our lives. But regrettably, I would never be able to find the words that accurately captured just how wonderful she was. And it would be an injustice to try and summarise her whole character in this brief speech. Instead, I wanted to talk today about what it was like to lose Chloe, lose such an amazing person, and to lose my best friend. On Wednesday the 27th of February last year, I received a call. My friend sat me down, she looked me in the eye and told me that Chloe was going to die and there was nothing anyone could do anymore. It was going to happen in the next few days. I wasn't prepared to hear that Chloe was still alive but her fate was already decided. I sat in shock. I tried to ask questions about when it would happen, how did they know, but I wasn't really listening to the answers. Inside my head, I was trying to make sense of what I'd just been told. All I remember thinking is that I felt helpless, desperately helpless. That night I stayed surrounded by friends, trying to find comfort in each other, anything not to be alone. All night I relived the time I spent with Chloe, the first time we met, the days spent in her company, the last time I ever saw her. I thought about her dreams and her aspirations, the things she'd been so excited to do, and now they would never be fulfilled. When the news finally came through early the next morning that Chloe had passed, there were no more tears, no more uncontrollable emotion, just silence. I was completely numb. Over the next few hours I had conversations that I wish never had to happen, to be the bearer of the worst news possible, to look people in the eye, friends and family alike, and tell them that Chloe had died. I had to watch them break down in front of me. It was unbearable. You forget how many people are affected by one person, especially someone as caring, outgoing and joyful as Chloe was. Over the the following weeks, as I'm sure everyone would agree, were the most difficult. As a friendship group, we spent nearly every day together, making sure that no one was alone for too long. Being alone let you think too much. It allowed you to dwell, it let reality set in. It let you realise that you'd never see Chloe again, that you never got to say goodbye. These painful thoughts would stay with me for months. But you can't stay out of a normal routine forever. Eventually you have to return to school. We had to return to everyday life. But no matter how normal you try and make it, it's impossible to pretend that nothing has changed. For me personally, my school attendance was almost non-existent. The last place I wanted to be was at school, because at that point in my life, lessons and exams didn't matter. Grades and university places weren't important. I'd lost a friend, and it had stripped me of all my motivation. I had no drive. There were two undeniable factors that helped me deal with Chloe's passing. Firstly, the unwavering and resolute support that we received from all our friends. Dealing with this alone would have been undoubtedly impossible. Secondly, the sheer bravery and optimism of Debbie. Despite what she has had to endure, she is always looking for a positive. Debbie has turned losing Chloe into her driving force, and this is where her outlook has led to the launch of a new foundation aimed at helping those who find themselves in Chloe's situation. It was Debbie that urged me to speak at St. Mark's Church, who gave me the opportunity to say goodbye properly. And when I stood at that lectern and I spoke, I felt I'd finally let Chloe know how much she had meant to me. And again, it was Debbie who asked me to speak today, allowing me to become involved in Create for Chloe, making Chloe the driving force in my life too. I hope her story becomes a catalyst for change, for innovation, and hope today I've given you an insight into the pain that losing a friend causes for young people like me. And if you remember just one aspect of my speech today, I urge for it to be this one. Chloe's death has brought about many questions into the red tape and bureaucracy regarding cancer treatments, but going forward, ask yourself this question. Have you done everything you could have? Were you bold enough, brave enough to demand more innovation, more accessibility to cancer treatments so that more lives are saved where possible? For Chloe and the hundreds of others who find themselves in her situation, make sure the answer is yes. Thank you.